So basically, for your ideal stick would be the needle bevel facing you will penetrate the skin and immediately go into the vein.
Okay.
And then feed all the way up, bury it into the vein.
Okay.
The reason you want to get into the vein immediately is because there's a muscle under the skin, and some horses get really good at, if you're sub-Q, twitching. Have you seen those twitch, twitch, twitch,
Yeah.
twitch, twitch? And they basically work the needle out doing that, and they know they can do it.
Okay.
It's much harder for them to do that if you're not sub-Q.
Right, if you go straight in.
Yeah, if you're straight in, then they're going to have a much harder time getting
Okay.
it out.
Okay.
There you go then.
What do you just hold from the hub, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Put my glasses on so I can see. Are you comfortable?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm going to get warm in front and cozy with my husband here. Okay, nicely done. The only thing I would say is, did you see what the bevel did when you let off?
No.
Okay, watch the needle move.
Okay.
Did you see the bevel move
Yeah.
back and forth?
Yeah.
Okay, what that means is you didn't go straight in line with the vein, and this is one of those things that's really important to learn.
Okay.
Your needle was just slightly at an angle
Okay.
when you placed it. And everyone does that, everyone.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's the angle you're looking at it from when you first start. So next time, just look at more of the vein. I should have brought a towel.
Okay, so follow
To
the
try
entire
it.
vein
Yeah.
angle. Okay.
So when you first start learning, it's good to just visualize a lot of the vein or a lot of the jugular furrow,
Okay.
and then pay particular attention to whether or not you're lining up with it.
There's a pile,
Oh.
there's a whole pile of towels.
Oh, you can use that as a towel.
Where the boots are.
Okay, so anyway, that's sodium chloride.
Okay.
And it's labeled as such.
You want me to stick? You want me to
Yes.
inject it?
Uh-huh. Because this is also part of your technique.
Right. Okay.
Okay, you don't, yeah, once you're attached, you don't need to hold on to that.
Okay. So like, now I can get it right.
Okay, aspirate
then-
first, because you want to double check that you're in.
Okay.
And now pay attention to what's happening as you're doing this, because the syringe is moving a little bit as you're manipulating it. Well, so is the end of the needle.
Right.
So it's potentially lacerating the inside of his vein.
Okay.
So basically, you want to develop a technique where you're very still while you're doing this.
Okay. So to keep the exact angle that the needle
Yeah.
is in. Okay. Can I inject now?
And then I'm going to show you something before you disconnect.
Okay. Do you want me to put all of it in?
Or aspirate again and make sure you're still in. Yep.
Yep.
Okay. And then I'm going to take it from you for a second.
Okay.
Because what you want to learn to do is a one-handed operation.
Okay.
Okay. Because if you're braced against his neck, it's not moving.
Right.
So, and actually, you can, in a really difficult horse, and so I don't have the cap. If you ever don't have your cap, which we'll put on in a second, do this. If you're in the stall,
that's
you've
smart.
lost your cap, you need to get this out of the stall so that it doesn't wind up in the bedding. Put
Right.
your needle inside your syringe and
Okay.
throw it out.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Do you want me to?